I am so excited to be sitting here to film, to speak with you guys. I feel like the last few videos I've done, well, first of all, it was over 10 days ago, I want to say, but also like the last few videos I've done were like declutter, so it wasn't like, hey, like here's my face, what's up, you know? But here's my face, how are you all? Also, happy September. I'm so excited that it's September already, heading into like the fall months. My birthday's next month, so pretty exciting stuff. I did also want to start off by saying that I got this cute like flowery type of vest from Hollister. The shirt underneath is Hollister as well, and this is Zara. And then for eyes, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of questions. I'm wearing the All Amethyst palette that I showcased in my full palettes that I feel like I'll be wearing a lot this season. So I really like this one. You can really create just stunning looks. And purple tones, I mean, it's a win. We got our seltzer on deck here, and yeah, okay, let's get started. Does anyone really care? Let's be real. You probably do. So for today, I'm gonna be going over just a bunch of holiday releases that are set to launch sometime very, very soon. This is just a little glimpse. I'm sure there's so much more that's yet to come. So yeah, we're just gonna sit and discuss things, see what's up. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. Keep me posted on what you have your eye on, what you really want, what you're not really feeling, even if it's different from what I'm feeling. So yeah, let me know, because I love having these conversations with you guys. Also, I recently organized these shelves, so I'm gonna be going over them sometime very soon, hopefully. But okay, so the first thing that I wanted to speak to you guys about is this collection by Hourglass, the cutest thing ever. I am so amazed. This is the brand new Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked collection. There's actually 3 different face palettes that Hourglass is going to be releasing. I want to say these are going to be about $80 each. That's typically how much their face palettes are during the holiday season. But what's unique about these face palettes for this year is I love the artwork on them. We have one that has tigers on it, one that has an elephant, and one that has butterflies. In a way, I would love to pick up all. But if I'm really being realistic with myself, I don't necessarily feel like I need all, but I'll probably pick up 2. Hold on, we got trucks. Okay. The reason being is because I constantly mention Hourglass, more than anything, has probably the best powders alive ever. Like, their blushes just look ultra seamless on the skin, very one with your face, even if you build up. Their all over face setting powders are solid. Their bronzers, I finished a complete full-size bronzers, such good stuff. So then when they do release these palettes for holiday, I do typically jump on them, but I will tell you, they are very small pans, so it could kind of get annoying to get your brush in there. But I'm still willing to kind of like put that aside because of the adorable packaging and because I know I'm getting a solid product when it comes to the quality of the goods. So for me personally, I would love to pick up the Tiger one. That one, like, I got so attracted to that one right away. And I feel like if I would even give that to my sister, she's not into makeup, but she'd be like, this is like the coolest thing ever. It's exciting. You know, it's an experience to use these products. It's like you want to get in there, you want to use it. So that one I love, and I feel like the color story for that should work out well for my skin tone. Then the elephant one, I feel like doesn't have a lot of those marbleized type of shades, which I'm totally fine with. I feel like that should work out really well too. I want to say the butterfly palettes, especially the blushes in there, seems like they're going to be really great blushes for deeper skin tones. But I feel like with these, it would be nice to kind of check them out in store or watch videos on them to really like see the swatches and see what really would work out for fair to light to medium to deep skin tones. But I am beyond ultra excited about this. I have the one from last year, and I do like to take it traveling with me. It's just like a nice go-to all-in-one little palette. I do hope the pan sizes are a drop bigger. That would make things very, like, much easier. But I'll have to say for this one, if the packaging would have been just kind of like, I probably would have skipped, I'll be honest. Because I already have one from last year, and it's like, you know, and even though the powders are great, in a way, sometimes I'd rather spend X amount on one powder and know that I'm gonna love it instead of getting a palette with 6 shades, which I'm like not 100% with. But with these, I feel like I'm gonna use all 6. And to top it all off, once again, the packaging is life to me. I'm obsessed. I cannot get over it. And I think they did a fantastic job. Whoever did that, thumbs up. Next, I'm going to be speaking about the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice Second Slice palette. I'm going to be categorizing everything in my yes section, no section, or maybe section like I typically do with these kind of videos. So I actually checked this out in store at Ulta. I put up a Reels on my Instagram to kind of like let you guys know what's up. So I'll tell you, with this, I'm probably going to be skipping out on it because it's kind of disappointing. I typically always purchase the just pumpkin-y gingerbread man, gingerbread girl palettes for September. I just think it's fun and it just keeps things like, it's just cute, you know? But with this one, like when I looked at it, I'm like, this looks exactly like the other one that I kind of had, which I think I ended up decluttering the other pumpkin. This is the second slice pumpkin, and it really just looks the same. I don't remember what that one looks like, but when I look at this, I'm like, oh, it looks exactly like that. And I just kind of feel like with these warmer kind of like copper tones and like the pink thrown in there and then like that one green, I get that it's a pumpkin palette, but I feel like they really could have done something better with this and not necessarily choose pumpkin to be like the highlight of like the palettes. You know what I mean? I feel like they maybe could have gone like... Maybe they could have gone like the leaves palette. I don't know, just, you know, but still create different shades in the palette to keep it that like homey September feel. So it's also definitely gonna go on sale, I have no doubt. So give it about a month and you'll see this on for 25 bucks or at TJ Maxx. So yeah, I'm gonna be skipping out on this one. The packaging is cardboard, and I will tell you it's not cheapy cardboard though. So I was kind of surprised, even though it's not their regular tin package when I went in store, it still had a good feel to it. So if you guys were contemplating and you're like, no, I don't want it because it doesn't have a tin package, and I know sometimes people like when their products are all the same, like if the other palettes were all tin, keep it all tin, so in my drawers it looks great. But if you don't really mind that as much, the packaging is cardboard, but it's not like cheapy. It does feel like substantial, it feels good. But anyways, I'm gonna skip out on that, unfortunately, because I really expected so much more with that one. Next, I'm gonna be speaking about these Gucci blushes. These are gorgeous. I feel like I'm someone who, I don't always purchase luxury goods, but with these blushes, it was really love at first sight. The packaging has such a uniqueness to it, but also has a simplicity to it too. These blushes are going to retail for $49. I want to say most shades are available on Saks. I think they're available on Nordstrom as well. And they haven't hit Sephora stores yet, but I think that there are definitely about 6 to 8 shades, possibly more. I'm really curious to see what the formula is like. I'm kind of like dying for it to be at Sephora so I can kind of swatch and see what's up. But it says it's for the eyes and cheek, and it's like a luminous matte finish. So I'm curious again to see like what does that mean? You know what I mean? Because I feel like it doesn't really make sense. But then like brands do that sometimes, and it's like, okay, so let's see what it actually does. I definitely want to pick up more of like a rosy tone shade. Not necessarily like a nude shade or a berry shade. I just feel like the rosy shades are typically shades that I go for. I have the Gucci bronzer, which I think is great. The Gucci powder, like face powder, is also pretty solid. And I'm kind of loving that they're being a bit more adventurous with their makeup, because I would say when it comes to luxury, a lot of luxury products, I just feel like it's there for the name, and sometimes they're not the bestest. But with Gucci, I would say more than less, their products are pretty good. So ultra excited about these. Let me know what you guys think about those. I feel like everyone is in love. Like you just have to be. Next, we have this collection here by Nars. So this is just a little bit of a sneak peek. I'm pretty sure they're going to be releasing an absolute ton more in addition to this. So in this picture here, we have an eyeshadow palette, a face palette, a little ornament that includes the light reflecting setting powder and like a little puff, and then a beautiful lipstick in like a gold package with stars all over it, and like the actual lipstick bullet is embossed with lipsticks with stars too, not lipsticks. So basically it's like a star collection. I love when Nars releases their holiday collections because I would say they're somewhat similar year to year, but they're also significantly different. So this time I love how everything kind of has stars. They usually have a face palette that includes a bunch of different blushes, so they did the same thing for this one. And then with the eyeshadow palette, I feel like the tones do seem really nice. There's a lot of like berry tones, pinky tones, and then lots of matte browns, and then a matte greenish type of color. And I feel like, I don't know if I've ever really seen such a color story. Like, I feel like it's somewhat pretty unique. With Nars eyeshadow palettes, I feel like they could be hit or miss. So hopefully that's going to be a hit. I haven't purchased a palette from Nars in a very long time, and I want to say I hope that that one is the one for me. That's specifically called the Stargaze eyeshadow palette. How cute is the name? And then I'm really excited for the blush palette. I love all of the tones in there. I want to say definitely 4 of them could work out amazingly for me. And then like the deeper berry shade, I can always mix and match with the other shades. I might be in the minority with this one, but I just don't love when Nars includes mainly luminous blushes. I mean, I kind of get the hype with the whole luminous vibe, But for me personally, I try to avoid that because I feel like it really emphasizes pores tremendously, and I'm just not about that look. I'm trying to minimize it and for my face to look a bit more smoother and seamless. I mean, there's a time and place for everything, I feel like, so there's that. But I love to know that I have both options. So I hope that in the palette they have, let's say, some like matte blushes, and then you have a few luminous. You can mix and match, you can wear each one separately, but you have your options there. I think if that would be the case, this palette would be golden. And that one right there is called the Rising Star Cheek Palette. The lipstick looks pretty. It's called Thrust. It's like a beige type of color. I don't really wear such colors often, and I don't know if I want to spend about 30 something bucks on that, or $28, $29. So we'll have to see how gorgeous it is and if I'm actually gonna wear it. So with that one, I'm kind of like not sure about. And then the Ornament, kind of like light reflecting setting powder. I have a few other powders that I really, really love, so I'm gonna skip out on that one, but I do like that they offer that in case you're new to the light reflecting powder and you wanted to try it. It's a cute small size, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be making other little kits with little mini lipsticks, mini glosses, maybe even liners. That's what they typically do year to year. But this is just like a baby sneak peek of what's yet to come. So really excited, and I think that they're on the right track for sure. Next we have this Caliray Blurring Collagen Peptide Primer. So this right here, how much is it going to be? Yeah, $36. That's how much I would have guessed it to be. That makes sense. It's a lightweight ultra blurring primer with collagen peptides to moisturize and nourish the skin for a matte finish. So this is actually one that I'm probably going to end up skipping out on. I'll have to say though, I definitely want to give some love to the Caliray brand. I'm an ultra taken back and maybe a little bit shocked at how amazing their goods actually perform. Their foundation product is probably one of the best foundations I've discovered this year, and their mascara, such good items. I'm blown away. They have liners as well, which are good, but I feel like for the price tag you can find other ones that are probably a little bit better, but still those are also very nice. If this would have been more of a maybe just in between primer, I might pick it up. But I'll be honest with you guys too, if you watch my previous declutter videos, I got rid of I don't even know, at least 30 primers, because I just kind of feel realistically, for me personally, I think it's more of a gimmicky product. I don't feel like I don't feel like primers always prolong the wear of your makeup, and a lot of times I feel like mists do the same exact thing, or my moisturizers pretty much do the same thing. So lately now when I see a primer, I'm not really intrigued or interested as much as I used to be, because also it's the first step that's going on your skin. So I also want to know, hey, does this even have good ingredients? Will it make me break out? Will it clog my pores? Things like that, when I feel like I can just use something else that, even a moisturizer that really just sets everything in and hydrates my skin. And then if I want to spray my face with a long-lasting mist, everything's locked in. You know what I mean? So that's my thoughts with primers in general. I do love the Caliray brand, but since this is also more of a matte primer, I'm probably gonna skip out on it because I do have drier skin, and there's never really a time I look for matte primers in my life, so I'm gonna skip out on that one. Next up, we have this gorgeous Charlotte Tilbury face palette. So I actually shared this with you guys on my Instagram, and the amount of comments I got on this was, I was not expecting that. On Instagram also, on Trend Mood's page, it has over 44,000 likes. I think that's one of her best liked photos ever. This is gorgeous, okay? So pretty. You can tell this has such a luxe feel to it, and I love everything about it. I'm so excited that she's coming out with more goods and venturing out with palettes, face palettes, all of that, because this is stunning. There's really no words. So I don't know when this is going to be available. It does say it's coming soon, so I want to say hopefully in the next few weeks. This is the Beautifying Face Palette. You get 2 blushes and 2 highlighters. I want to say the shades she chose were pretty smart shades, so this could probably work out for a multitude of different skin tones. For the blushes, you can mix and match. I love mixing blushes together. For the highlighters, one of them looks a little bit too deep for me, but maybe you could use it for the eye. The other one looks absolutely stunning. It's like a white gold almost. So really pretty. I do enjoy the Charlotte Tilbury blush formula in general, so I hope that one's going to be really nice. And in regards to her highlighters, I mean, I had her Bar of Gold highlighter a while ago, but I ended up decluttering it because it was too dark. But if it's the same formula as that, I'm sure it's going to be really nice. I mean, lately the few products that she's been releasing I've been loving, but I will tell you guys, her complexion products I'm usually like iffy about. There are some that I really, really love. There are some that I'm like, ugh, I'm not really, really feeling. So hopefully this will be nice. I don't know what the outer packaging looks like because there's only a box available for the picture, but I'm hoping the outer packaging is as aesthetically pleasing, is as beautiful. And I mean, I hope it's not going to be like the regular typical gold package. I hope it's going to be like something like a bit more than that. Maybe kind of like her single highlighters that she recently released. Ooh, those are actually very nice. The newest ones she released 2 different shades. So I purchased one, but it came completely shattered. So, ooh. But like the packaging of that one is beautiful. So I hope she kind of goes along that like theme maybe. I just think it's a bit different and I think it's prettier personally. All right, I needed a little bit of a break. How cute are these little ones? Look at these little guys, so cute. So cute. Little waffle. Heaven. Okay, next we have a bunch of goodies here from Benefit Cosmetics. So they are launching just a bunch of cute little kits that include like a few of their face palettes. I think they're releasing an advent calendar, which last year's advent calendar, no offense, Benefit kind of sucked. And maybe for the price tag, if they lower the price tag this year, it would be better. They have another kit that includes like their professional products, a few of their cheek tints. One palette that actually stood out to me is this beautiful face palette. It includes Terra Blush, Hula Bronzer, and then Cookie Highlighter. I think that's a winning option. There's also going to be, I believe, another highlighter, which I can't see what it's called, but it looks really, really nice. Anyway, the face palette, back to the face palette, is called Cheek the Mail. Very cute. So Benefit actually recently came out with brand new blushes, and I do have a video up on pretty much the full line. Love them to pieces. My favorite shade is, what is it called again? Something with an S. Shelly. That's my favorite blush. I'm actually wearing it today. Well, that was a good clap. And I don't know if they're going to be including any Shelly blushes here, like with their little kits, but such a good blush. And in general, their newer blushes, the formula is so nice. So I'm actually really excited about these kits because, oh yeah, yay, there's a little kit that includes Shelly. That's like the best one ever. So I'm happy because I feel like if maybe Benefit would not have released their brand new blushes, a lot of their kits might be a bit repetitive. But because of the fact that they did release a bunch of brand new blushes, I feel like you'll have more variety, more to choose from. More that's actually different, and their blushes are fairly new, so I don't know if everyone ended up purchasing them, but if you were holding off, maybe like these kits would be like great ones to pick up. It seems like they're going to be releasing a ton, so there's going to be a decent amount of options. I know that these are probably going to be available on Sephora and on Ulta, in stores and online, so you can kind of check it out, feel it out. But I will tell you, the Cheek the Mail palette is probably a winning option. And even though I pretty much have all those shades, I might end up picking that up just to travel with because the tones are really everything to me. So very excited for Benefit's holiday collection this year. The advent calendar looks very like, okay, next please. So I'm probably skipping out on that one. I'd probably say skip on it too because the other kits are so much better than the advent calendar. Next, we have another collection here from Too Faced. This is actually like their holiday collection. The other collection I spoke to you guys about was just their pumpkin one that they typically release the end of August, September-ish time. This holiday collection should be released, I want to say later on this month. So we have the Christmas Bake Shop for 54 bucks. It's a 3 face palette and eye palette as well. Yeah, very cute actually. It's pretty cute. One of the palettes is called Sugar Cookie, Gingerbread Cookie, and then Chocolate Chip Cookie. Chocolate Chip Cookie. Then we have the You Drive Me Glazy eyeshadow palette with blushes. Actually also very pretty. And that one's gonna retail for $48. And the Secret Santa mini eyeshadow palette for $29. So these little palettes by Too Faced used to be $25. And I feel like, ugh, now that they're going up, it's like, it's so much more expensive. But I actually really love the color story of this little one. I love that there's a red shade in there. I'm totally feeling that. I feel like, I don't know, for Santa, maybe those, are those the colors? Maybe they could have done a little bit more of a better job to kind of incorporate more Santa-y type of shades. But the red definitely made it for me. I also like the brown tones. For that one, I'm kind of in the middle with. I think it's adorable. Will I end up picking it up? It really all will depend on my mood. It's not one that I'm running out to get, but I do really like the color story, and I feel like it's pretty different compared to other ones they released. And these little ones by Too Faced, honestly, when they started releasing them like 3 years ago, I think in 2019 was when they started, I was obsessed. I used to legit use those palettes day in, day out, run after each one that released. But then I feel like they overdid it by releasing like 1,000 at a time. And it's like the quality just seemed like it was not there. So I hope that it is with this one, because a lot of times with these little ones, I'll buy them and then I just find myself decluttering them as time goes on. So hopefully that one's nice. Packaging is pretty cute. Back to the You Drive Me Glazy palette. This is a nice like neutral palette, and I like the fact there are blushes on the bottom there. Usually with these holiday palettes, I feel like years ago I used to buy most of them and then I kind of like stopped. But I feel like they would be really cute palettes to gift to people, maybe to someone in your life that, you know, having a birthday soon. It's just like a nicely curated palette that just includes a lot, and maybe someone who's also could be nice for someone who's just starting out with makeup. I want to say these palettes by them usually are pretty nice, like from the few that I've tried years ago. And the Christmas Bake Shop is so cute. It's cute. I'm just gonna say it. So I thought I was gonna skip out on these. I might end up picking up the You Drive Me Glazy. I just feel like I'm more attracted to that, and then the little like Secret Santa one. For the little baked shop one, I don't know if I'm gonna end up purchasing those. The color stories look nice. There's one that looks more greenish, one more like brown, and the other one is like, I don't know, mauvey tone, I guess. But I'm not that in love with the color stories. If I choose one, I'd rather have a bigger palette with the blushes. I like the color story, even though it's neutrals too with the pink, but I just think it's so cute. It's just so cute. Next, we have this palette here by Tarte, which I did want to buy, but I'll tell you what happened. So this is the Maneater palette by Tarte. It's $52. There's 24 new shades, 11 mattes, 9 shimmers, and then 4 like sheen type of shades. So they don't have much pigment. You can use them on top of each other. So this one right here, when I first saw it, it like just caught my eye in an instinct. And so when I shared it with you guys on my community tab, you guys were like, okay, wow, like I can get down with that. So I went into Ulta when I went to see the pumpkin palette from Too Faced, but I specifically wanted to buy this. And the lady's like, oh yeah, they're sold out. And I'm like, what? Like, didn't it just like come out like a minute ago? She's like, yeah, we only received 4. And since it's also the 21 days of beauty event now as well, a lot of people were coming in stores and they were buying these palettes as well. So I'm like, oh, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. And then I didn't know if I wanted to order it online and wait. And then I'm like, do I really need this? You know what I'm saying? It is love at first sight for sure, but I also kind of wish this palette would have more greens. If it would have maybe like 3 or 4 more greens, I probably would run after it even more. But it really does have just a nice amount of like neutral, warm shades, golds, 1 green, some pinky tone shades, and then a black shade. So if I end up seeing this in store as time goes on, I might pick it up, maybe, maybe not. I also feel like with these larger palettes, I get excited initially, which kind of feels contradicting because I just said with the Too Faced one, I'm picking it up, but with the Too Faced one, there's blushes too. And I feel like there aren't as much shades, but with these bigger palettes, also with Tarte, and I guess Too Faced, I guess, it could be very hit or miss. So, but I heard great things about this one. Like the metallics are very like foiled, like almost. So basically, point being, I might pick this up if I'm in store and I'm feeling it. But if I don't, it's not like the end of the world for me, just because sometimes I'll buy stuff, like something, and then I'll be excited, and then I'll be like, why did I buy this, you know? And I feel like this might fall under that category of like, why did I buy this? I know there's so much more that's yet to come. Sorry, this chair makes noise, it's not me. But I know there's so much more that's yet to come, so, you know what I mean? Like if I buy, I'm repeating myself now, but if I find other goods that I want and down the road I'm still thinking about this one, I probably will get it, but for now, you know, I didn't. Basically, if you bought it, let me know if you're in love, because if you are, then I probably have to buy it. Next, Chanel just launched their brand new tweed collection. if this isn't everything, I really don't know what is. It's so beautiful. So there are 4 different quads that are part of the collection. Each quad includes, I want to say, a selection of matte shades and somewhat like metallic-y shimmer type of shades. Each quad retails for a whopping $88, which is like, whoa. But I just love the whole idea behind this collection, like tweed, and like there's like a little dust bag that you get with it. It's like so cute. So I did share with you guys that I did purchase one of these yesterday on Instagram. I told you I got the, I think it's called the Fauve one. So there's one like warmer tone palette, there's one like purpley tone palette, and then yeah, the one that I got was called Fauve. It's a little bit more like fiery. And then there's a one cool tone palette as well. I just wasn't sure which one I want to get, but then I did end up picking the warm tone one just because I felt like that palette would be one that I would probably always wear. Depending on if the quality is good or not, I might pick up more or might not. But this is actually my first Chanel quad, I want to say. I don't think I've ever owned any Chanel quads, which is really cool. I hope the quality is nice, and I really feel like just like with the Hourglass products, it's really going to be an experience to use, and just the shades seem really nice and very smooth. So I'm ultra excited about those. If you want to gift yourself something, that might be a really, really nice one. The next and final item I wanted to speak to you guys about is from Danessa Myricks. I love her shadows, by the way, insane quality. So I believe this is called the Lightwork Palette Transcendence Palette. I don't know, not the best with the names, but basically it's stunning, obviously, as you guys could probably see. It's an all-over face multi-use palette with 14 color shifting chromatic shades and multiple transcending luxe finishes. 8 velvet chromes, 2 pressed chrome flakes, 2 glass metallics, and then 2 aqua chromes. This is gonna be 125 buckaroos, so definitely pretty steep. But I do have to tell you guys, I did purchase a palette from Danessa Myricks maybe like a month or 2 ago. I think she released it initially last year, and then she kind of just re-released it with maybe different shades. I'm not really sure. Anyways, I love that palette because it's such a cool palette to play around with. So this one right here definitely speaks to me because, I mean, it's just so gorgeous. There's so many different finishes in here. You can do a ton with these. With the other palette I have of hers, a lot of times I'll line my upper lash line with like a wing, I'll do like a wing liner or line my upper lash line. And then I've been going in with like an angled brush, dipping it into one of the shades and then just dotting it on top of the liner, and it really creates this really, really cool effect. So that's how I personally love using her shadows. I'll be honest with you guys, sometimes with multi-chromes and duochromes, I'm not about every single shade because sometimes it could look very uneven on the eye. And even when I know I put the shadow there, but because it's multi-duochrome, it could look like the way you're turning, sometimes there's no shadow there, if you know what I'm saying. So sometimes I'm not that into it, but it really depends on which specific shade. Not all of them are like that. So I do hope that I'm really gonna like this one, but when it comes to the quality of her shadows, based on the other palette that I have, I would say it's definitely worth this one, 125 bucks. They're so ultra smooth. A dot literally goes the longest way, and if you really want to take your makeup game to the absolute next level of levels, then she really has it down with her formula, with her colors, with just how her shadows work, and they don't even feel like butter. They feel better than butter. What's better? I'm not sure. It's releasing sometime soon. It's on my radar to pick up probably ASAP because it's such an experience to use her shadows. I love them, and I'm so happy that I kind of got like into them because it really makes a difference in your makeup. All right, so that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing all about the brand new makeup releases. Cannot wait to see what else the makeup brands have in store for us, but ultra excited about these. I hope to have a Sephora haul up sometime soon. I just got another desk to be able to film with the artificial lights when it gets darker outside earlier and stuff, or when it's not a sunny day. So I'll hopefully get to more content soon. Who knows with myself, but we're gonna try. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this. Looking forward to your comments, and I'll see you all in my next video.